Yeah, good evening all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 18 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib. Right. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes. Yes. Can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not?
Clear, sir.
Fine. Thank you. So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics. Yes. So if you have got any general queries, right, I'll be just giving you time for that, your general queries. And why Python? Python, we have got many programming languages. Why again Python required? Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got great boom? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. And who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites for learning Python? Yes, means there are no prerequisites to learn Python. Means anybody can update with Python. The statements of the Python statements look like normal English statement. They are not as complex as other programmings. And how Python was built, how Python was derived by taking the features from different programming languages. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python real-time applications, right? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications today? So one by one application, I'll be briefing you about that. And who are using Python today and topmost applications built using Python. And Python features in comparison with other programming, coding wise, you can check, length wise, you can check, complexity wise, you can check how simple the Python statements as compared with other programmings, right? And reasons which makes it super popular, and what is the job market of Python and what is the scope of Python in the coming years, right? This is what I'll be discussing in today's and tomorrow's session, right? And starting with why Python, I define Python in 5 lines. It's a general purpose programming. It's a general purpose programming. Multi-programming features it has got. High-level language, interpreted language, user-friendly programming. I'll just brief you one by one. So general purpose programming. So before Python, there were some programming languages. There were some programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? There are some programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? These programming languages are purpose-based languages. They are used for a specific purpose. They're used for a specific purpose, right? Yes. Pascal, Pascal, right? For complicated mathematical applications, it is used. Fortran used for scientific applications. COBOL is used for business applications. These are used for a particular purpose. Each language is used for a particular purpose, but a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming, right? Python is such a kind of programming where we can develop any kind of applications like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, graphic applications, desktop applications. So wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. So it's a general purpose programming and multi-programming features. Python has got multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings? All those features we see in Python means it has taken some features from one programming, some other features from other programming, from multiple programming languages, it has taken the features. And that's why we call Python as a hybrid language. Because of multi-programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. High-level language. Python is a high-level language. High-level language, right. So there are two types of languages. The network issue. Two types of languages, right? Yes. Low-level languages and right. Low-level languages. Low-level languages and high-level languages. Yeah, low-level and high-level. Low-level languages and high-level languages. Low-level languages, right? Low-level languages, yeah. Firstly, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. And machine dependent means these low level languages, they are not human understandable. Example of low level languages like assembly level language or machine level language, right? Assembly level language or machine level language. Examples of this, right? These languages are not human understandable and they are not portable and machine dependent. High level languages like Python, high level languages like Python, right? Yes, they are human understandable, right? They are human understandable, they are portable and machine independent. They are human understandable, they are portable and machine independent. Human understandable, portable and machine independent. See, high level languages like Python, they are easily understandable. They look like normal English statements. They are portable and machine independent. Machine independent.
Portable
Machine
means
portable means they see here it's not portable here. Means they cannot be carried from one system to another system. Here, okay, this high level language you can carry them from one system to other and machine. This is machine
so is
independent.
that like Windows to Linux or Linux to Windows? Is that mean like portable?
Yes, from one computer to another means it will be like within the if you are writing some code in one computer, it will be within the same system.
Okay.
Okay. And but here high level languages, you can just carry it. You can run anywhere. They're machine independent. You can run on hardwares and all the operating systems. So machine independent means can run on any hardware devices. It can run on any operating systems, but these are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. Okay. Okay. So Python is a high level language. Interpreted language. Interpreted language means line by line execution you are going to observe, right? Line by line execution. For example, we have got some compilation languages and interpretation languages are available. Interpretation languages are available. Compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation languages like C language. Example of compilation, C language. Interpretation like Python. Here the entire code executes at once. But here statement by statement, which makes debugging easier, right? Yes. So Python is an interpretation line by line execution you are going to see. Yeah. Okay. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, looks like normal English statements. Right. So Python is general purpose programming. Any kind of applications we can develop, multi-programming features. What all the features we see in other programmings, all those we see in Python. High-level language, easily understandable, portable, and machine independent, interpreted line by line execution, and user-friendly programming. Now, just check this. Right. Python has got what programming features? Python has, right? First one, procedural oriented programming. Procedural oriented programming. Procedural oriented programming. Example like C language. Procedural oriented programming like example like C language. Object oriented programming. Object oriented programming. Project oriented programming like, okay, example like C++ and Java. Scripting, scripting features. Just give me a second, right? Just give me a second, right? I'll be back. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there was some network issue. Procedural oriented programming, object oriented programming, scripting like shell script. Modular programming. Like modular 3, right? So once again, I repeat, for for learning Python, it doesn't mean that you need to have that knowledge of all this programming. As part of our course, we'll be discussing, right? Procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting, and modular programming, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yes,
What
yes.
exactly means like procedural oriented programming?
So okay, procedural oriented programming or functional programming, where we'll be defining functions, the usage of functions, user defined functions. Object oriented programming, everything like class and object. Scripting, we write many automation scripts. Modular programming, like we have got 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing, right? So as part of our course, we'll be discussing all these programming features. That's why we call Python as a hybrid language. So just like C language, we can develop applications in Python, like C++, Java, like shell script, like Modular 3. We can develop different varieties of applications, right? So So as part of our course, I'll be discussing all this: procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modeler. So anyone from non-programming background or zero programming, don't think. So there are some technical words used like procedural oriented, object oriented, and modular programming. So everything will be discussed, right? But Python supports all these features and multi-programming features or hybrid features. Okay. There are two major programming languages which are used for enterprise application development, Python and Java. But Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming, right? Okay. But in Python, see, in Java, without object-oriented programming, you cannot write a program or an application. But in Python, with object oriented, without object oriented, with procedural oriented, with modular programming, we can develop different varieties of applications. Okay. So if you talk about this Python and Java, right? To go back like 10 to 12 years, like 2010, 2010, right? So Java, like Java, right? 43% used in the industry, right? But in 2010, Python, nobody knows that there was a programming language like Python, like only 3% used. But 10 years later, like 2020, the usage of Python has increased with 31%, and the usage of Java decreased to 19%. I'll just show you some graphs, right? At the end of the session, I'll just open Google. I'll just open Google and I'll just show you some graphs, right, about this, related to this, right? Yes. Yeah. So procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting and modular programming, 4 features. But Java is mostly used, but now Python is mostly preferred. Python is the #1 ranked programming language today with diversified number of applications creations. I'll just show you the #1 ranked programming language today, right? By opening Google, you can just see the popular coding language. Okay. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Right. Right. Who are using Python today? Okay. Python real-time applications, right? Yes. Python. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Right. Total, like mostly used in creation of web applications. Python mostly used in creation of web applications. You may ask, from the last 20 to 25 years, Java, .NET, all these technologies are used for developing web applications. Why again Python required, right? So Python has got a framework. Python has got a framework like Django. Python has got a framework called Django, right? It has at a rapid speed you can develop a web application using this with very less coding, and also it has got its own application server. It has got its own database like SQLite 3. It has got its own like SQLite 3 web applications, right? Like web applications, right? Django, which uses like SQLite 3 database, right? The rapid speed you can develop applications as compared with other technologies, right? 100 lines of Java code I can write in 15 lines in Python. 15 lines of Java code I can write in 3 lines, 3 to 4 lines in Python. The tomorrow session I'll be briefing you about the coding part just by taking some examples, some task, and writing the code in different programming languages, comparing the coding number of lines, complexity wise, length wise. You can just check how this simple this Python statements, right? Apart from this, Python mostly used for creation of automation applications. Mostly used for creation of automation applications. Mostly used for creation of automation applications. Yes, using technologies like data science, using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using technologies like DevOps environment, right? So IoT, Internet of Things, is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics, used for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things, right? Yes. And data science, right? It's data science. Everything deals with the data. So in IoT, 90% of the coding in Python. Even in data science, everything deals with the data. Here we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clusterings, recommendations. It's a blend of techniques. The main technique what we see here is ML, machine learning, right? So here we have got many ML techniques like regressions, classifications. We have got regressions, classifications, recommendations, pattern matching, clustering, right? For all these techniques to implement, we require a language. We require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used. Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming for implementing data science. Okay, DevOps. For DevOps also, right? For writing automation scripts using Python. Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries, right? Yes. Okay. Apart from this, even Python is also used in another major area like big data, right? Big data environment. So big data, huge volumes of data, right? Huge volumes of data. Not only in KBs of data, we have got MBs, GBs, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, zettabyte, sottabytes, right? So on. Yeah. So for this huge data, right? For huge data like terabytes or petabytes, right? 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TB. For petabytes of data generation, is petabyte of data, is it getting generated? Means yes. Yes, petabytes of data is getting generated. 1 petabyte equal to, right, 1024, right, 1024 TBs. One petabyte equal to 1024 TBs. So here, for this huge data, right, we have got some big data technologies like Hadoop and Spark. Hadoop and Spark, especially Spark, very high speed processing, huge data processing in quick time, right? Using a language for it like Python. Spark is an execution model implemented using Python, like we call like PySpark. PySpark, right, is a technology, right? PySpark technology, which uses Python language for implementing very high speed processing technology, right? Yes. Yeah. Apart from this, even Python is used for graphical user interface. Graphical user interface are for animation applications and for animations. And also Python is used for scientific applications. Scientific applications like we have got CP, right? Yes. Scientific Python, right? Scientific applications we use like CP. And for numerical analysis, we have got NumPy. For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy, right? Yes. And even for game development, right? For game development, yeah. For a lot of games are getting developed using Python, like single user, multi-user online games, especially for gaming environment. Python is giving a framework like Pygame. It's a framework given by Python for developing games in Python, and also like PyCara and PySci. Pygame, PyCara, and PySci. So this PySci is a 3D rendering library, like which is used for developing 3D games, and Pygame and PyCara for developing these games. Apart from this, right? We have got Python providing Airflow for it, right? And for testing or for test cases, it is providing. And apart from this, it is also used for um, software development. And even software developers are make use of Python as a support language and business applications. For business applications, right? For business applications, Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce websites. So for business applications, Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce websites. And apart from this, one of the hottest application of Python, right? For database applications, Python can connect with any database, right? Python can connect with any database like Oracle, MySQL. Here, Python is providing 89,300 modules for every domains. Whatever domain or whatever environment you are from, Python is providing a module. For data science, it has got 10 to 15 modules. For big data, for OS, for operating systems, for networking, for testing, for every database a model is provided. For Oracle, like CSMS or Oracle, for MySQL, PyMySQL, for SQL Server, PyODBC. This way, just by writing Python code, I can create a Excel workbook, Excel file, and not only Excel file. By writing Python code and executing it, I can create a PDF file. Right. And for
What
creating,
is numerical analysis is a number.
yeah, NumPy is a model for numerical analysis. So if you want to work with some kind of matrices, and if you want to work with some NumPy arrays, and even most of these machine learning algorithms techniques, right? They use NumPy arrays for their computations, right? For data science environment, we use NumPy model is the mostly used model for data analysis predictions, where we use like NumPy arrays we say, right? Yeah. And for database applications, Python is one of the best choice, for it can connect with any database. It is not as complex as other programmings, right? Just 1 minute discussion is enough, right? To connect with database, a module, and the connecting details. Just no need of any other, right? Like in Java, where you need to know a lot of knowledge before you connect with the database, like type 1, type 2, type 3 drivers, right? And here apart from this, like networking applications. For networking applications, not only modules, a separate framework Python is providing like a Twisted Python. It's a framework given by Python for networking applications, for like even for audio or video kind of chartings. We use this Twisted Python. And apart from this, even Python is used for web scraping. Web scraping means extracting data. Web scraping, right? Extracting data from different sources, like different websites like Amazon, Flipkart. And apart from this, right, even Python is used. Okay, Python is used for audio, video applications, audio and video applications. Some of the audio and video applications which already got developed using Python, like C Play is one. Okay, even as part of the course in web development, right? In full stack web development, I'll be showing you some audio video applications. Apart from this, Python is also used in embedded applications. The most famous embedded application like the Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation. And apart from this, Python is also used for CAD or 3D CAD applications, or 3D CAD applications, right? And apart from this, Python is also used for computer vision, right? Computer vision, like face detection, object detection, color detection, right? Yes. And apart from this, even Python is used for data analysis. Python is used for data analysis, right? Apart from this, right, Python is used for desktop applications creations, single user applications, single user console applications, right? Yes. Right. Okay, so these are different types of various varieties of applications. It's a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications you can develop using Python. And who are using Python today? Who are using Python today? And topmost applications built using Python. One second. Topmost applications built using Python. So Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example of Python web application. Uh, Google web crawling is first written in Java. It is rewritten in Python. And YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Yahoo using Python, right? Yahoo is using Python, right? Uber is using Python. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python, right? Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python, right? Okay. Uber pricing algorithm, right? And even Python is used. Python. Instagram built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram for to choose Python is its Python practicality and hybrid features. And apart from this, like applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, these are some of the applications. Apart from this, like Dropbox, they are built using, all these are built using Python. Netflix, the famous OTT platform, right? Using Python for its security, automation, subscription related things, right? Yes. MMOG, MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. And BitTorrent using Python for its file sharing service. And iRobot for military and commercial applications. iRobot, right? And for hardware testing. For hardware testing, right? Companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this, they use Python for hardware testing purpose, right? And reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? So from the discussion what we had, right? So reasons which makes reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? First one. Very less code we see in Python, very less coding. Second, very less coding. Most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python and migrating towards Python because of its very less coding. Simple syntaxes given by Python. Simple syntaxes given by Python. Looks like normal English statements and interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode given by Python, right? So we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? Yes, just observe this. If I open this command prompt, right? If I type Python, if I say enter, it will display the Python version. You can see these three arrow symbols, right? I type any valid Python statements like 3 plus 5. 23 into 46. X as 10. Y as 5. What is X value? What is Y value? What is X plus Y? X minus Y? X into Y? Any valid statements you can type, right? It will give response for every statement. X into 2. X to the power of 2. 10 square. X equal to hello HELLO, right? X into 3. Prints hello for 3 times. X into 5. Prints hello for 5 times. Right? So quit, it comes out of it. Quit, it comes out of it, right? Yes. So that is what interactive mode. For every statement, it use response, right? And Python has got hybrid features, multi-programming features. It has got multi-programming features. And apart from this, wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications. And next, many built-in libraries, many built-in modules, many built-in, right? 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different parts. 89,300, right? Yes. Now, okay. So these are the things. Interactive mode, multi-programming, wide varieties of applications, many built-in modules. Okay. Apart from this, right? Apart from this, okay. Just I open Google and show you, right? Just open this Google and just say popular coding language. Popular coding language, right? You can just type. You can see like see this results for this. The most popular programming languages. The most popular programming languages. Python stands first. Next comes Java, JavaScript, all this, right? And observe this, right? Python remains most popular programming languages. Python remains most popular, right? Yes, most popular programming languages. Most popular programming language used by top 25 unicorns, used by top 25 unicorns, right? And see this most popular coding languages of 2021. Python is number one ranked next to Java, JavaScript. Observe this most in demand programming language of 2021-22. Python, next comes Java, JavaScript. See the rankings, ranking wise, right? Number one ranked Python, next comes Java, JavaScript, right? And observe this. See the number of top 39 computer science departments that use language to teach introductory courses. Top 39 US computer science departments, right? Python, next to Java, the other things, right? Right. And if you see that average salaries and also the job openings, right? So ranking wise, Python stands number one ranked for the average salary and ranking by volume of job openings. Just I said popular coding language in Google, you got this results, right? And even if you see this job openings, Python jobs, you can type Python jobs. Okay, type Python jobs. Yes. Scroll down a little bit, right? 1,32,758 Python openings. 1,32,758 Python openings, right? Yes, 1,000+ Python developer jobs. Apart from this Python framework, if you also update with Python framework, like the Django, right? Django is the most important framework. All right. Django jobs, if you type, people who knows Django are very less. They might be knowing Python, but people who knows Django are very less, right? So if you've got good command at Django, right? Framework, web applications, creations. See this 18,782 job vacancies in January. Right. Okay. Fine. So, and if I see the course structure, right? You observe this course structure, what I'm going to discuss in brief. Python basics, why Python, history, applications, features, advantages, versions, installations, flavors, comparisons, Python operations, Python execution modes, and interactive mode, batch mode, Python editors and IDs, Python data types, Python constants. Okay, versions, installations, flavors, right? Python modes of execution, interactive mode of execution, Python batch mode, editors, data types, constants, variables, comments, type conversions, escape sequences, strings, operators, different types of IDs we use in real time, right? Right. Like Anaconda, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, PyCharm. Right? Not on one ID, I'll be going to show you on different IDs, right? Right. Fine. And apart from this, right? Flow control statements like Python, core programming, looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, and string special characters. Yes. Apart from this, collections in Python, list, tuple, sets, dictionaries, list indexing, list properties, list functions, list methods, nested list modifications, right? Yes. Python tuples, tuple properties, tuple creations, tuple indexing, okay, and sets, dictionaries in Python, functions in Python, functional programming, arguments, default, non-default types of functions, lambda function, reduce function, map function, modules in Python, modular programming, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading a module, package in Python, errors and exception handling, file handling in Python, object-oriented programming concepts in class object inheritance, polymorphism, static, non-static, constructors, destructors, method overriding, regular expressions, database connectivity, how to install. I'll be showing the installation of one database, SQL operations, connecting to database, transaction management, Python datetime module, OS module, advanced concepts, iterator generator, closures, decorators, working with CSV, XML, JSON, graphic programming, Excel workbook, working with Excel, creating Excel file, writing data, reading data, data analytics, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, introduction to data science, Pandas model in brief, NumPy model in brief, Matplotlib model in brief. These 30 topics in brief, it will be discussed. So I'll be discussing many models related to different environments, like data science related models, big data related modules, datetime related, database related, graphics related. So how to create our own modules also will be discussing, right? Apart from this, people who wants to go for web development, Python full stack web development, right? So you'll be given knowledge on Django web framework, Django installation, and Django product architecture, Django applications creations, Django views, Django templates, admin, Django models, advanced concepts, right? And all this. And also one more UI technologies will be discussed, HTML in brief, CSS cascading style sheets in brief, JavaScript language in brief, and MySQL database in brief, right? So 1 second before I go with your queries, right? So here, first thing is like Python will be discussed in brief. Python core, Python advanced application oriented modules. Nearly I'll be spending 70 hours. 70 hours, right? Takes like 2 months duration for this. The fee structure is 6,000. It's an offer batch. Apart from this, people who wants to go for full stack web development, full stack, right? So, right. So along with Python, first you'll be given knowledge on web development, you will be given knowledge on this web development, like technologies like HTML will be discussed in brief, CSS, JavaScript, and part of Bootstrap also, right? Apart from this, people who going for full stack, the Django framework in brief, with 15 to 20 applications creations where you will be doing parallelly along with me. Apart from this, like REST API will be discussed, and project for all this. For all these remaining things, it takes like 60 hours, 2 months. 2 months for this also, right? Totally like 130 hours. It takes nearly 4 months duration for this total full stack. And this for this 60 hours, 2 months course, the fee structure is 8,000 for this web development, Django, REST API, and project. So totally, if you're taking this entire package, 6 plus 8, it will be 14. But if you're doing a single, you are taking that entire full stack package. If you're taking the entire package, in just it's like 12,000. If you're taking separately, Python will be 6 and the remaining things will be 8. After learning Python, if you're updating this, if you are taking as a package, it will be like 12K. So where you will get Python core, advanced web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Django, REST API, and project, right? So what are the offerings? You'll be getting the video, everyday video you'll be getting. So video, soft copy of the notes and assignments and tasks to work with. And a WhatsApp group for technical discussions, right? Yes, this is what the offering is. So everything will be live sessions, interactive sessions, where you can ask queries at any part of the session by unmuting yourself. So everyone will be kept in unmuted status. You can ask queries through voice or through chat. So now if you got any queries, you can go with your queries. But before that, you can attend the session tomorrow also, right? Tomorrow it will be continuation to that. Tomorrow we'll be starting with the actual technicals, Python basics, Python versions, Python software foundation, Python installations, Python execution modes, right? Yes. And also comparison with other programmings, right? The actual we are going to start from tomorrow. Before that, any queries, right? And if you have got any queries related to today's demo or Python related to Python,
So
anyone?
after, hello, after completion this course, like in the resume, what kind of roles we can apply?
So you can go for Python, see Python developer, Python full stack developer, right? You have got the knowledge of total like front-end technologies, back-end technologies, and databases, right? So all
Okay.
this, it's not like it's not a 45 hours course, right? 130 hours course we are spending on this, and also like 15 to 20 applications we are developing, right? Not
Mhm.
like everyone will be getting the output, right? I said you'll be
Okay.
doing along with me. Despite of doing all this, you'll be get good command on this. When they ask in the interview what are the things you did, you'll be able to. So as you are doing everything practical implementations, and after working with some assignments, tasks, writing, building your own codes, right? So you'll get great command by this end of the course, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Any other queries, right? Okay. Any other queries, right? Anyone, right? Okay. Okay, fine. What is the total fee? If only for Python it is 6,000, but apart from Python, if you want web development, HTML, CSS, Django web applications, creations, REST API and project is 12,000. Totally, the entire full stack Python web development you will be learning with 15 to 20 applications in one project, right? Fine. Only Python is 6,000, right? So I'm done with your queries. If there are no other queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock using the same link, right? So, yes. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.